Virgins, y'all see where y'all at? Y'all back inside the crib, yo. Like, look, y'all see? Like, I cannot believe that we're back together again. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be back with you all. This is episode 26. And tonight we're going to be talking about moving from a small town and going to the big city lights. What is that like? Tonight I have with me my guest, the beautiful Lynn Jones. She is from Alexandria, Louisiana. Yes. And I'm going to let her share a little bit about herself.
Hello, everyone. Well, like she said, my name is Lynn. I'm 31, single.
You hear that? Y'all go ahead, email a Kilo Miles or go on the KiloMiles.com site and send me an email if you're looking.
Please.
Okay, I'm with it. Love connection.
Yes, all of it. So anyway, yes. I'm originally from Louisiana. I've been in Houston for 7 years now. Pretty much adjusted to the city, I can say. I learned my way around.
What part of the city do you live in?
I live in North Houston.
Which part of Houston do you think is the best part of Houston?
Ooh.
Because I remember when we were out eating, everybody was like, the North is where it's at. And I was like, but I was told the North was the hood. Don't go over there after dark.
No, that's true. But I don't know, but like, that's true. I live in a good neighborhood, so I wouldn't say the north side is all bad.
Okay.
Because I live in a predominantly white neighborhood, so it ain't a lot of crime over there.
Okay.
Now, the other boroughs and the hoods of the north, yes. But where I'm at, it's okay. So I would probably, like, I'm staying on the north. I'm not moving to the south. Like, at first I was thinking, okay, maybe I can go a little, come out here towards Pearland, but no.
Okay.
It's a no for me.
Okay. Well, this is nice to know. I stay in southeast. This is like more southeast Houston. I don't know who sings that song. Is it Big Mo? The South Side. Who is that? I don't know. That's a song. Like when I came here, everybody was like, "You don't know what's." I was like, "No, baby, I'm from Mississippi." I can learn to dance with y'all. I can do that because they will break out into that dance, honey. They will break out into that dance faithfully. But so actually on July 31st of this year, they made 4 years here because I moved in 2016 on July 31st. So I've been in Houston for 4 years. I've been in the same spot, Southeast Houston. I have gone on the north side a couple of times. Forgot what somebody told me and went at night, and I don't know where I was at, what I was doing. I was trying to get some chicken wings. And it did not look safe, so I was like, let me get back to my side of town. But don't get it twisted, because of what I heard, where I live, if you Google Sunnyside, when I first moved out here 4 years ago, Sunnyside was the #1 murder capital here in Houston. So
and it probably still is.
Probably, because we be at school and we hear gunshots. Yeah. But I think this neighborhood is pretty decent. There was one time, twice. Hurricane Harvey, my truck was stolen, and then one time somebody was shooting from like over there somewhere. They was shooting. The bullet just happened to come in through their house. Nobody was actually shooting at them. But other than that, it's a decent neighborhood from what I know. So, again, we're talking about tonight, Burgess. If you're thinking about, I know a lot of people in in small towns, rural areas, predominantly black rural areas, normally want to get out of wherever they're at. My production manager, Anthony, is adamant about moving to California once he graduates. He is over Houston. So he's adamant about going to like California. So, like when you stay in certain places, you really want to leave sometimes. And most times when you want to leave, it's because you're trying to better yourself, right? You've probably reached that level of success that you could there, or you haven't had the opportunity to do it because there are no jobs or anything available. So, Lynn, you want to share like how you got from Alexandria to here?
So let me take this back though first, because I started thinking about some crime that was on the north side when I was over there.
Okay, cool.
So like when I first moved here, so not my first apartment, my second one. I don't know, like, if people were just, like, watching me or, like, the younger boys in the neighborhood, but, like, they just kept trying to kick my door down.
Oh, wow.
Shooting little BB guns through my window.
Oh,
like, I was just...
And you still on there?
No. Well, not in that area no more, but...
Oh, wow.
But I moved from there, but... I was just thinking back to, like, I really had a lot of crime. Like, even one night I came home, like, I think it was, like, Thanksgiving, and I see, like, a group of boys running, you know, from out the gate, and I was like, well, what's going on? So I pull up at home, and my neighbor's like, oh, they was trying to break in your apartment. I'm like, what?
Oh,
so he was like, he had to scare them off with a gun.
Oh, that is...
I really forgot about this.
See? Like, you know, see, they say now, when I moved out here, they were like, Akila, do not go on the north side when it's dark. Don't go over there at all. And I was like, but, you know, like the north areas are a little bit safer. Not out here. It was like, no, not out here.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I'm not going to go over there.
But I don't think the South is either.
What, safe?
Yeah.
I mean... Nah. Because dead end right over here.
Right.
And dead end means just that. Dead end.
Exactly. So it ain't safe over here either, y'all. Just for the record.
True. Well, is it really safe anywhere?
No, it's not. It's not. Because even like the other, like, say the Woodlands or Spring, I hear about crime there too. So it's no safe nowhere around here.
Woodlands and the Spring area, if y'all don't know, Vergers, these are like the upper class areas. Those what would you call those neighborhoods? Those suburban neighborhoods, right?
Blue collar.
The who?
The blue collar neighborhoods.
The blue collar neighborhoods, correct. Those neighborhoods. I think, teachers need to be able to be blue collar people, and we can't.
I agree.
Just want to share that tidbit. So, what made you? For me, I had reached a point. I had been teaching for 2 or 3 years at the school district that I was at. There was a lot of different things that were transpiring that sort of caused a lot of friction in the school system where I was at. And I don't know about you, but in my small town, when people get in position, like if they get like a good job, good position, they retire in their position.
They stay there, right?
They stay there, like, and you don't have an opportunity. You gonna be 50 something when you get the spot,
right?
Because they damn near dead by the time they get out of it. So it was like I had to flee. Pretty much, like, you know, like I had to leave because I didn't want to go back to the casino. I had worked in the casino industry, made decent money in the casino industry too, but to me the casino industry is fleeting, and especially like now with what's going on with COVID-19. But then it was things were happening, the things with the casinos were actually dying down, and I didn't want to go back to the casino. So I was like, now is the time. I've always wanted to go to either Houston. My eyes were on Houston, New York, or Atlanta. New York immediately got scratched when I realized that for $1,000 I would get the size of my living room, and that would be all I had. So I immediately scratched New York because I was like, ain't no way I'm finna pay $1,000 to have everything in one room.
Right.
So I called a close friend. Shout out to T Nunu. Tia. I called her and I was like, so what all did you do? Because I'm ready to leave. And she connected me with some people in New Orleans, and I started applying for jobs to teach in New Orleans at different charter schools, and actually got a job there. And before I got the job in New Orleans, I was like, well, shit, I had at least like 8 interviews in New Orleans. I was almost every other week I was going to New Orleans to do a sample teach. And I was like, well, okay, if New Orleans checking for me, I'm gonna, put my foot in the water and see what Atlanta do, what Houston will do. And I applied for KIPP Intrepid. That's where I applied at. KIPP Intrepid, because they had like English teacher positions open. And Sunnyside called me and they were like, Sunnyside called me the day after I had accepted a 7th grade English position. They were gonna pay for everything, pay for me to move, and I was supposed to start in July. Sunnyside called the next day and they were like, yeah, we saw your stuff and we really want you to come out here and teach 12th grade English. And I lost it because I was like, oh my God, 12th grade English? That's really what I want to teach. I was just accepting the other job.
Right.
But I really want to teach 12th grade English because I had taught 9th, 10th. I hadn't taught 11th at this point. I had taught 9th and 10th. I hadn't taught 11th then. So I was like, I gotta pray on this. I don't know. And the young lady from the New Orleans school, she called me and she was asking me some questions. They were asking me like career path, because you had one manager that was going to manage you for school, and then you had another manager that was going to be working with you to manage you for your trajectory with your career, like what you were going to do. And in my mind, Sunnyside had English. They had 12th grade English, and it was what I wanted to do. So I sent them sample teaches, and they wanted me to send them something with my former students, like sharing stuff about me. I sent them that, and then I got a call from both of I had the assistant principal and the head principal of the school that I was at. And the head principal was like, Miles, I think you got it. And I was like, why you say that? He was just like, they gonna call you. I think you got it. I was like, okay, cool. And then the assistant principal called. She called me sis, because we're Eastern Star sisters. She's like, sis, you got it. I know they're gonna call you right now. I was like, okay. And I got the phone. I was like, Lord, if they call me, I'm gonna call New Orleans and I'm gonna rescind my offer. I'm gonna rescind my, confirming that, like I was gonna come. And they called me and they were like, well, we want you to come out. We're gonna have this, that, and da, da, da. And I was like, going to Houston. And I immediately called the lady, and then she was like, it was so sad. I felt so bad because the lady had just sent me like this little video to watch with the kids in it, and talking about like what we were gonna be doing in New Orleans and how we were gonna be pumping new life into New Orleans and la 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 la. And I was like, yeah, that's an amazing video, but I'm gonna have to decline your offer. I'm so sorry, I can't come. She was like, but we were planning for you to go to Kip has like these big things, these big what do they call it? It's not RPL. What is it that they have in the summertime? What is that?
Hypnotize?
It's this big thing where everybody gets together. I can't think of the name of it, but they had this big thing, and it was, at this time it was in Las Vegas. Kip New Orleans was sending me to Las Vegas. Kip Houston was like, we can't pay for we're not gonna pay for your travel, for you to move, and no, you ain't gotta go to New Orleans. I mean, you ain't gotta go to Las Vegas. And I was like, okay. But I want to be in Houston, so I'm gonna go. And I looked it up, and it was close to 3rd Ward, and I was like, okay, I know, I heard about this area, da da da, whatever. So that's how I wound up out here. How about you?
Okay, interesting. So, my parents, they originally moved here after I graduated high school. So I already kind of knew I was going to move here. Like, I had been coming here all my life, visiting family, shopping, whatever, just coming, spur of the moment trips all the time. So I came right after college. Like, soon as I graduated, like maybe I might have stayed like another week, and then I immediately moved straight to Houston. And I'm a Grambling Knight, by the way. Gram fam.
That's so sad.
This girl's a hater.
Because you know I went to
girl.
They always...
And we do not like those Braves.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry. Go ahead, ma'am. I'm sorry.
So yeah. So I immediately came, and I knew I didn't want to stay with my mama. I was like, okay. Like, I thought they was gonna have me a place when I got here, but that plan kind of fell through. So when I got here, I immediately started applying for places, looking at places, and like within a week I found somewhere. So I moved out from her, and then I got my own spot. And then the job search was kind of tricky. So I'm a nurse, so being in the nursing field, I don't know, Houston just like had like the hardest interviews. Like, they really technical and deep. Like, I had an interview at MD Anderson. This was the hardest interview I ever had in my life. Like, I was sweating because I was like, it's so much pressure. Like, I never felt that from an interview. I thought it was supposed to be, cool, just a regular little talk, but no, it was like really serious. Like, they serious over there. So they asked me like different scenarios and things like that, what I would do, what I wouldn't do, what I have done, just standard stuff, but it was just technical for me. So after that, I did a few more interviews, and then a friend of my mom's actually knew people that had a home health agency, and they was looking for a nurse. So I went and applied, I got the job, started working, started making money, and I mean, it was like money that I hadn't seen before. So it was different for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I had money in my life, but not my own money. Just like, you know, $6,000, $7,000 every month. Like, that was big for me. So, the first few years, I was kind of like blowing my money. I ain't gonna lie. I was shopping. I was traveling. It's just me. I don't have no children, so I can do whatever.
Exactly.
But I should have been saving a little more, but I wasn't. I mean, you in the city, so it's like you want to try to conform to it. You want to do what everybody else doing. You want to go out. You want to have fun and meet people and party. So I was doing that a lot. I can't say that.
And ain't nothing wrong with that, though. I think we can't beat ourselves up with it. Like, just because we didn't save as much or do as much, like, you still got to be able to enjoy yourself. And then when you get that mindset of, like, you know what, I need to save, then
yeah, it's time to be responsible.
Yeah.
So when it was time to be responsible, I started being responsible. But I can't say the first 2 years I enjoyed. Like, I just had it. It was just a good life for me. It still is, but right then, like when I first got here, my mama, like, she paid my bills and rent for the first like 3-4 months, so I was real good.
Look
like,
at God.
I know, what a blessing. So I ain't have to pay nothing. Like, then I went got me a new car and everything. So I really enjoyed it. I still enjoy Houston. Like, sometimes I think about leaving just because I want a new environment, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to try something different.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'd be like, no, I like Houston. It's close to home. I can always get home, you know, within 4 hours. So I'm kind of torn on moving.
I wish I could get home in 4 hours. It take me 9 hours to get home.
Oh.
I have a whole full-on out concert for 9 hours.
Girl, see, I would have to fly. I can't.
I think I'm gonna start flying pretty soon because it's ridiculous. But I'm not gonna lie. My first year here, I was so homesick, and there were so many different things happening with the students, and I was like, oh my God, like this. And I remember telling my assistant principal, she was saying something to me about something. I was like, they want me to come back to work where I'm from. I move. They want me back there. I move. Like, because it was just so crazy. But I think this past year I've thought a little bit about going back home. Well, this past school year. How about that? Not this past year, but this past school year. Mm-hmm. I thought about moving back to Mississippi, and then I was like, no, I don't think that's the tea. My friend who was my assistant principal, Adrian White. Shout out to Adrian White. She's the principal at. She's the new principal of the Heidelberg Middle School, and she is also the executive director for the nonprofit Rise in Mississippi, where they are helping teachers, people who are aspiring to be teachers but are having trouble with the practice and all that stuff. They help them with those things. So, yeah, shout out. Just want to plug her right quick. But she called me and she was like, you know, there's a couple of jobs down here, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to go back home. No. And I was like, no. Like, I got to stick it out. I'm going to move.
You done made it so far. Don't go back.
Oh,
Don't
yeah. And like, I was like you with the feeling of, like, I didn't do certain things that I should have done at first. Because when I first moved out here, like I said, the first year, I was so homesick that once I started, I was out here from July to September. When September came, every month I was at home. And then we had a lot of death in our family too during that particular year. So when the death started happening, I was going back home. I was always at home. And they probably was like, oh, she finna move back to Mississippi. Because I was at home so much.
She coming back.
Yeah, exactly. But I was like, I'm going to try it again because I don't want to quit. But recently with my, so how Lynn and I met, we're in this group called Women of Business.
Women of Business.
It's on Facebook, and it's just a group of women who get in there and we share different resources, uplift each other, push each other. So one of the young ladies in there, I think her name is Monica, she said, you know, like, what if we got together for a brunch and just vibe? She just wanted good energy. And we were all like, sure, like, we want to hang around people with good energy, chill, talk, you know, especially with this pandemic. I don't think many of us have been anywhere at all. Like, that was like my first, besides we going to Mississippi, that was my first real outing.
Right. Me too.
So that's how Lynn and I met. It was like, what, last Saturday?
Yeah, last Saturday.
That was really nice. We went to this place called Lost and Found.
Lost and Found, Midtown.
Yeah, and it was so, when I still don't know why that giraffe, was that a giraffe or a zebra?
The zebra.
The zebra. I still don't know why that was in the middle of the place, but it was really nice.
Right. The place was nice. It had a good vibe.
Yeah, it had a really, really nice vibe. But the point that I was trying to make though was that I think God placed me here for me to like prosper and spread my wings. But the first year I was so stressed out and sad and sick that I couldn't see what he was doing. Then the second year I was trying to find my place within the school. The third year I had found my place and was doing X, Y, and Z things in the school, and I wasn't trying to start a business. I kept saying that I was going to do it my third year and did nothing. Well, I take that back. I went and got my EIN number. I went and got my business permit. I did that my third year. And then my fourth year came, and Satan reared his ugly head. And now I just like, I met different people. I tell you, I think I've told this story before, but my production manager was in my class and he was talking about somebody else's business, and I think I asked him to help me do something. And he was like, oh yeah, Miss Miles, I can help you do this and I can help you do that. And I just started saying, if this baby can do all this work, like have a complete business, be running it, he gets paid through PayPal, Square, Apple Pay. You know what I'm saying? This baby got all this stuff going on, and he's 17 and I'm 55. Why can't this? I'm not 55, but I'm just saying. If he can do that, I can do that. So that was like a push for me to like push and go and like do my business, and also to stay, because I was like, that's what it's meant for me to do. I'm meant to do something here, like to branch out here. What do you feel about branching out and venturing out outside of nursing? Are you still at the same job that you were when you first moved here, or how have you elevated since you've been here?
So I'm not at the same job anymore. Actually, I haven't been really working this year because I got hurt, so I've been off of work. So what I started doing on the side was taxes. So I'm a tax preparer. I have worked from January to July, and then Trump still want to extend this a little longer for us. So we're still working right now. So that was the first thing I did. And then now I'm working on my online store, which should be done really soon. I have all my merchandise and everything. I'm just still working out the kinks of my website, things like that right now.
My production manager, he does websites.
Oh,
so
okay.
He needs some help, and he's a reasonable price. So I'm just saying, I like to plug everybody.
No, I need all the help I can get.
Well, I'm just gonna be really honest. I ain't do nothing but go on there and say, look, so this color right here, can we change this color? Cause I don't. He runs my website because I don't know no better. He be trying to teach me. He'll show me something, and I'm like, okay. And I have it for that day, and then after that it'll be gone. I'd be like, Anthony, can you get on the phone right quick?
Right.
So we can go through X, Y, and Z. But yeah, that's awesome. Do you can you share the name of your business, or it's okay if you can't. We'll bring her back when she gets ready to lunch. We're gonna bring her back. So we're gonna bring her back for the lunch. That's what we're gonna do. Yes. Is there somewhere if someone wanted to do their taxes or still needed to do taxes, is there a way that they can contact you?
Facebook maybe. That'd probably be the best place to contact me.
Facebook? So it's Lynn Jones?
Lynn Jones on Facebook. LYNNJONES. But hopefully y'all don't need y'all taxes. But if y'all do, I will do them.
She's like, wait a minute, I'm not doing taxes.
Look, I'm tired.
It's August.
These tax clients will drive you crazy.
Seriously?
I don't think people understand. Like, it's a very frustrating career. I mean, the money good. Don't get me wrong. Like, you can make your whole salary in 4 months. But it's very, you can't.
I need to learn how to prepare taxes.
No, and it's like everybody now around me like, oh, I want to get into it. Like, can we open an office? Can we do this? I'm like y'all weren't trying to do nothing at first. So now you see me getting a little bag over here. Now you want to try to jump in. But I was like, okay, I'll plug y'all in, I guess.
Okay. So where have you thought about moving to, since you said you thought about, because there are so many people that want to go different places. Like, I think after I come back from Mississippi, I'm going to do a little traveling around Texas. Like, I'm going to go to Dallas. I've already been to Galveston, but I do want to go again, but I'm scared because I think Galveston is like a hot spot.
It is for COVID.
And I want to go to Austin, because initially I wanted to move to Austin before I wanted to move to Houston. But I was like, I think Houston is the spot.
Houston's a better choice than Austin, I think.
Do you think Houston is better than Dallas?
Yes. I mean, people ask my opinion all the time. Like, would you suggest Houston over Dallas? I'll pick Houston any day. Like, Dallas not as fast as it is here. And I like the fast life. Like, the slow country, boring Louisiana life, that's over with. Like now I like the fast life, so.
And that's why I like to stay over here because it's so quiet and it's like it reminds me of home.
Yeah.
So it's like.
Oh, so see, you're still in your comfort zone.
That's what
you
it is.
gotta get out of there.
I gotta get out of there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to buy a house, so hopefully when I buy when I buy my house, I'm gonna buy one in Humble.
Okay.
Because I heard
It's a nice area.